YouTube, I'm back with an update on how my book launch went. On January 23rd, 2018, I actually launched my first children's book. It's called Use Your Voice, and it's just encouraging kids to use their voice to say what they want and don't want. A roller coaster of emotions since then, so I just want to talk about how I'm feeling, some of the challenges that I've been running into, some of the exciting moments that I've had. If you're interested, then just keep watching. So to start off with, on launch day, I didn't have time to make a video because I was actually trying to blast out the announcement to all my social media networks, and oh my gosh, the response from everyone was just really overwhelming. I felt showered with love. People being excited to buy my book and, even gift it to little kids in their lives. I guess I didn't realize that some people would even buy multiple copies, and I think for someone to even buy one copy, I would be so grateful. And for someone to buy several copies, and my one friend bought 6 copies because she has a lot of nieces and nephews, and I was just blown away by that someone would actually want this. And so yeah, I just felt super grateful. One of the hard things that I've been trying to work on is to really embrace the fact and celebrate the fact that I finished this book, because I think it's so easy to just be happy for one day and then just move on to the next really hard goal. And I think that's what I've always done in the past. And so for me, I wanted to have a little more calm once I launched, and a little bit of a break, as in there's no need to be operating at 200% of my capacity. Also, having the time to celebrate has been important. So I'm not really one to throw a big party for myself because I just don't like the attention. And yeah, I feel weird if people are looking at me and if there's a party for me. For the longest time I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a launch party or not, and so my really good friend Jody though just said, I want to throw this launch party for you. And I was really? And she's yeah, I'm so proud of you. And so it was kind of an answer to my prayers, because I just didn't really have the courage, or I just didn't have the courage to be let's celebrate this. So we worked on this small party. It was really fun, and I got to order a custom cake. If you saw it on social media, it was a cake that was shaped like my book, and it was a fun idea that I had when I was writing the book, and I was oh, it would be great when I finished to have a book cake. And it was just something motivating to me during the process. And so I was okay, you know what, I'm gonna splurge a little and go for this really nice cake. I did a reading and signed some books, and it was fun to I got these really cool quick dry pens to sign books. So yeah, I'm just really happy that I got a chance to celebrate my book launch and to just soak it in and be yes, I finished this, and just be happy, I guess. So sales have been good. I've sold about 160 copies of the book so far, both online through Amazon, barnesandnoble.com, as well as through in person, just selling to friends and family. I feel really excited about that number. I feel proud because one of my initial goals was if I could just sell 100 books, wow, that would be awesome. Because as a self-published author, you don't have a lot of press, and it's not really out there, and people aren't marketing it, and it's really just you. And so, wow, over 100 people got this book, and that means over 100 kids will be able to experience this book. People have been receiving the books in the mail, and so sometimes people will send me pictures of receiving it, and it's just really cool to see in the background where they are, if they're at home or at work. And sometimes they'll take a picture with a kid that they gave the book to, and that's always super adorable. Some of my friends also sent me videos. One friend, Wendy, showed me a video of her husband reading the book to her son. It was really cute because her son is bilingual, so the dad was reading the book in English but also kind of translating a little bit in Spanish, and so that was really fun to watch. The last page of my book says, use your voice to tell people that you love them. And my boyfriend said that his coworker was reading the book to her son, and They got to the last page, and after that, the son said, "I love you," for the very first time. And I was like, oh my god, this is like the most heartwarming story ever. And yeah, it killed me. It was like, I can't describe the feeling. It was just like, oh my gosh, if, you know, one more child like says, "I love you," or like if one more child hears "I love you" again from their parents, like, it just would make the whole experience worth it. And it would just like, I don't know, it would just it just gives me such a huge feeling of satisfaction that, like, you know, one more "I love you" in the world happened because of me. And so, yeah, I just feel like super grateful for that, and just really touched by the stories and just the really kind words that people have been saying. Speaking of which, my friends and people have been leaving Amazon reviews for me. So I have 6 reviews so far that are 5 stars. So yay, I'm so excited. If you order the book and you liked it, I would love if you could leave me a review on my Amazon listing. And I think it would just help other people, other parents, grandparents who are looking at the book, deciding if they want to get it or not. It would just help them see from a third-person perspective what your experience was like. So yeah, thank you in advance if you leave a review. The other big things that happened were I created some business cards now that I'm an official author. I also changed my LinkedIn, Twitter, all my social media profiles, like the tagline, to say author. So that's pretty exciting. Here are some of my business cards. I just got them printed really quickly from Office Depot. Also, my book is in its first physical store. So it is in a store called Letter Perfect. It's a stationery store, has cards, little gifts and stuff. It's on University Avenue in Palo Alto. Tourists go there, and even my friend goes there. She was looking for a Chinese New Year card there. My friend Wendy, who I was talking about earlier, and she saw my book and she was like, oh my gosh, it's here. And yeah, that was pretty exciting. I sold them 3 copies, and we're just gonna see how it goes. So if you're in that area, you could check it out. Last week I also had my first in-person event. So I had a booth at a local Chamber of Commerce event. It was a joint mixer among 4 different nearby cities, so Palo Alto, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, and Los Altos. There were just a bunch of local business people networking, and some had booths. It was really interesting because I guess it was the first time I was face-to-face with like new customers, you could say. People who didn't know my story from before or didn't know me. So I was kind of doing like the whole elevator pitch of like why I wrote this book, what it's about, stuff like that. And so that was good practice. And I kind of got the whole gamut of reactions, you know. There was some people who like just weren't interested. You know, maybe just the message didn't resonate with them. So it ranged from that reaction to people who were just super excited and gung-ho about the book, who were telling other people there to get the book. So it was fun to experience. It was good for me to just accept that, you know, like some people just aren't going to be in my audience, and that's okay. I can't take it personally. You know, as much as this book is like, I poured a lot into it, like it isn't me, and some people like certain books and some people don't, and some people just might not know kids or young kids that age and stuff. So yeah, the last thing I want to say is that sometimes it can be easy to get caught up in the short term numbers, whether it's like how many books have you sold, or like what is the ranking on Amazon today, because literally if you look at that graph, it just goes up and down, and so there's no point in being disappointed if it's not where you want it to be, or to get your hopes up for a certain number to be sold, because I feel like those are just really unstable things to base happiness on. And I mean, it's so much easier to say than actually do. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, focusing on like the really positive things that I can control, like, you know, putting myself out there and just hearing people's stories, like anecdotes, like you can't quantify or put into numbers like some of the stories I've heard. I just really cherish those moments. The other great thing is that people have, you know, shared that they've been inspired to, you know, either to go for their dreams or to, you know, write a book maybe one day. I'm surprised at how many people actually have always wanted to write a book, and it's just something they've had in the back of their mind and I just want to tell you that, hey, you can write a book, and if you have questions or whatever, like, feel free to ask me. Writing a book is like sharing a story, and like people love stories. No matter if it's a sad story, happy story, inspiring story, or a silly story, it's just like the world could use more stories, and it's just a way that people will connect. Honestly, I'm just feeling so lucky that I get to experience what life is like as an author. Like, it's just a great experience, to be able to, collaborate with more people, other artists, or other organizations that are trying to, empower young people. And overall, I feel excited to take on new challenges, that I'm not obligated to do anything, that, my best is good enough, that if I'm not going to enjoy something, then there's no need to go out and do it. It's all up to me. And I think that's like such an empowering feeling. So, yeah. All right. I don't want to get emotional again. I hope sharing my story helps you in some minuscule way. Leave a comment if you have any thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And yes, Amazon review. If you want to leave me an Amazon review, I will gladly accept that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!